Hello, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services sales executives, for our video message of the week. All right, we are in our third and final video dealing with this concept of a foundation of production. And today we're going to talk about organization. Basically, how do we get as efficient, as effective as possible? One of my goals for you is that you have a system and or checklist for everything. See, what you'll learn really quick is that systems protect you. People tell me, God, you have such a great memory. No, I have great systems that help me seem like I have such an amazing memory. All right, great systems basically have your back. And I want to share with you just a few systems today and a few checklists that I think are really mandatory in our business. Now, you might have others, and that's a great thing. Let me tell you, truthfully, there can be systems and checklists, as I say, for everything you do. So here's a few. Let's jump right in. First of all, when you sell a property, a lot of times people don't have a system for saying, okay, it just got sold. What's the first thing that I do? Well, one of the things I recommend is you have that congratulations and update to all email. What does that mean? Well, you're basically setting the stage for every single person, okay, that deals within the transaction. That includes vendors, title, clients, other agent, whatever the case may be, is you're laying the groundwork, you're laying the expectation, okay, of what needs to be done. And when you send that email out, look at there, it has everything that they need to accomplish and get done, including those dates that they need to have them done by. This way, there's no misunderstanding. There's no oops that happens later. See, you know what we run into is when somebody else makes an oops, all right, we can get frustrated and we can get mad about it, but the reality of it is it's got to get done. And who ends up doing it? Us. Why don't we lay that groundwork with that first email that says, by the way, congratulations, and here's what you are responsible for, including clients, through this process. Next, you take a listing. You have to have a listing checklist. What happens when you take a listing? And here's my goal for you, is that this checklist should go over every single item that happens when you take a listing. You should not have to think about it. Here's a litmus test. If I walked up to you right now and I said, without you saying a word, I want to know everything that your business does when you take a listing. Do you have that available? If you don't, you need a checklist. You need that system. See, and it works in two parts. There's one, the administrative work that just needs to get done on a listing, but there's also the marketing aspect of it. A checklist on marketing. What type of marketing do you do, all right, when you take a listing? Not generally, specifically. See, a checklist for everything. The more you do, one, the better you'll be and the more efficient you'll be, but this blends right into your presentation. You end up now being able to share this with clients and showing them your business process. They get excited because guess what? Wow, this person is organized. This person really has a process for how they do business. That's the message that you want to send to clients. How about a sale checklist? A checklist, you make a sale. Again, they get that welcome email, that congratulations, and here's your job. Also, here's a checklist of everything that happens when I make a sale. Some of it is administrative to administer the sale. The other is how do I increase my business because of that sale? How do I increase my business because of that listing? It's all in your checklist. You don't have to think about it, all right? It's right there. Beautiful thing is, if you ever want to update those checklists, which happens all the time, great. It affects every buyer. It affects every seller. All right, it affects all your marketing based on you changing that checklist. So you're not under any parameters that you're stuck with any one checklist. You can adapt it, but it affects everyone. It's not heck and peck as you go through. Now, you can also have a checklist for a listing sold, or that might be blended in with your listing checklist, however you would prefer to do it. But I need to know what happens. When the listing sells, what's the process? What's the checklist? How do I know what happens? Now, this last one, very, very important, I don't see a lot of people using, and I think it's a powerful tool for you. And it's a listing not sold checklist. What do I mean by that? Well, you've got your business dialed in so well to a business process that you understand that if my listing, and let's use 30 days for this example, my listing is not sold in 30 days, let me show you the 15 items that I start doing because it hasn't sold in 30 days. See, if it sells in 30 days, you go right into your listing sold checklist and you're off and running to the races. But if it's not sold, what do? Maybe part of that schedule is a broker open house immediately gets scheduled so you can get more feedback from sales executives and get more people through the property. Maybe you ramp up how many open houses you do. Maybe you do more canvassing. Maybe it's talking about price reductions and re-looking at the market pricing. Whatever the checklist is, okay, there's numerous great ideas in there. The key message today is you need the checklist. I want you to know exactly what you need to do based on circumstances at that time. Moral of today's story, the more organized, okay, and the more you have your business down to a process, the more successful you'll be, the more professional you'll look to the clients, and I promise you, the more you'll get done. And if you'd like to see an example, your manager will have an example of a checklist that you can look at. All right, we did a mastermind group on this and we got some examples. And if they have questions on it or have not received it for any reason, just have them contact Diane Ray and we'll get them a copy. All right, checklist for everything, systems for everything. Have a great week, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.